Hi guys, it's Hani here. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Last week I teamed up with Gretchen from Gretchen's Bakery in a mint collaboration, and this week we are teaming up again. Gretchen is gonna show you how to make this delicious chocolate eclair cake. Be sure to check it out on her YouTube channel. And I'm going to show you how to make cream puffs, also made using Pate Choux Pastry. To make the pastry you're gonna need water. Instead of butter, I'm using oil. I've been using oil for years and I've had great success with it. If you prefer butter, make sure you use butter instead. And then you're also going to need a little bit of salt, all-purpose flour, and room temperature eggs. First, you want to stir oil into the water and a little bit of salt, and then bring this mixture to boil. Once it boils, let it boil for about 30 seconds. Then remove from heat and add all the flour at once. And now you're gonna have to stir vigorously until you don't see any traces of flour. And then you're ready to return this onto the heat. Cook on high heat for about 2 minutes. You can see the dough is already pulling away from the sides. Before adding the eggs, I like to cool the dough to lukewarm temperature. This is really important, especially if you are adding eggs using your hand, if you're stirring it with hand, because your hand can be as fast as the mixer. So if the dough is too hot and you're adding the eggs, there's a high chance that eggs will get cooked. So I recommend using a handheld mixer if you have one. Using a star tip, I'm going to pipe swirls onto a baking sheet lined with parchment paper. If you're afraid that your swirls are not going to be even, you can also use a template underneath your parchment paper. I'm going to bake these at 450 degrees of Fahrenheit for about 5 minutes, and then I'm going to lower the temperature to 350 degrees of Fahrenheit and bake for additional 20 to 25 minutes. Now once you take these out from the oven, they are pretty hot. Let them cool for a little bit and then you can cut them in half. If there is any wet dough inside that you see, make sure you remove that. To make the filling for these beauties, we're gonna make German Vanilla Buttercream. It's basically a variation of a pastry cream. So I'm gonna be using milk, egg yolks, all-purpose flour and cornstarch, and we're also going to add some granulated sugar. So I'm adding sugar to my milk. Then also add the egg yolks and stir well until combined. Now you're ready to pour some of the mixture into a pot and then leave a little bit, and then you can add the cornstarch with flour. I find it's easier to whisk cornstarch and flour into a smaller portion of liquid, otherwise you may end up having lumps in there. Now add the cornstarch mixture to the remaining portion of your custard that is cooking now on medium-high heat. Cook until thick, and then once it thickens and boils, you want to cook it for about 1 minute. Now I'm gonna strain it to remove any egg yolk or egg white particles. You can see there's quite a bit of egg white there, so I'm glad I strained it. Now I'm gonna cover it with plastic wrap and let it cool completely. You can put this in the refrigerator. Once chilled, you're ready to make the filling. We're gonna combine butter and custard. Make sure the custard is at room temperature. If it appears too stiff, you can also microwave it for 5 seconds, stirring in a process until it reaches room temperature. Beat room temperature unsalted butter and then gradually add custard. Some of you may question this because I know I've added cornstarch, so Technically it's not a custard, it will be a pudding, so I'm gonna call it custardy pudding or puddingy custard. Now add vanilla extract. Now we're ready to fill the pastries. I'm using a star tip. You can make this filling ahead of time and have it in the refrigerator. Bring it to room temperature before using, or you can also freeze it. Make sure you taste the filling before you fill these. Always taste everything you make to make sure that everything is up to the taste you like. If needed, you add more sugar. Some people like to dip these in chocolate. I'm going to sprinkle some powdered sugar on the top. And that's how I like to make my cream puffs. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know what you think in the comment section down below. Thank you so much for watching. And don't forget to check out how to make chocolate eclair cake over at Gretchen's Bakery. For more videos and recipes, be sure to check out my playlist. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time.